Hello there, it's Pete here, the Agile Music Marketeer, and this week I'm going to talk to you about 5 killer content strategies that you can use today that are going to increase the reach of your content and the engagement you get on that content. So this is perfect if you find that you really struggle with your content. What are you going to say when you don't have new music out? Do you run out of things to talk about? And likewise, if you do have new music out, do you find all you're really talking about is your new music and how people can get hold of it? You've got to be really careful about how much you sell to your audience, because they will quickly turn off if they see that, well, this guy, this band, this musician, this performer, they only ever post when they want me to buy something or me to stream something or me to do something, and it can become a very easy way for them to disengage. So stay tuned if you want to find out how these 5 killer strategies can help you. So number 1, I call this the cooperative content strategy. So you might find it quite hard to not talk about yourself and your music. That's really understandable. It's your page, it's your email marketing list, it's your blog post. But think for a moment who else you might know. This could be in your local music industry. You might know people in the national or international industry. Think of music promoters you know. Think of any radio DJs who've played your songs. Think of record producers who may have recorded your music, and reach out to them and ask if you can do a little Q&A with them. 4 or 5 questions. It could be a little video. It could be a blog post. They will be very responsive to that, because who doesn't love talking about what they're doing? It gives your audience a break from just hearing about you, and it also shows a little bit more about you, who you're connected with in your local industry. So let's say you reach out to a local community radio station that have played your music in the past, and you ask if you can just do, even over email or a video, a little 3 or 4 questions with them. Post that on your page, link through to them, call it the guest blog or the shine a light section, and it gives an opportunity for you to tag them in and say, hey, this week we caught up with a radio DJ who's played our music, been a big supporter. This is great if you're interested in getting into being a radio DJ, etc. And if you link them in, then they're going to share that to their audience. So straight away you're going to improve the reach of that post, because hey, that radio DJ feels great. Look, this article's about me. I'm feeling quite proud of that. I'm going to post it on my Facebook, my Instagram, share the video on my YouTube channel, and suddenly you'll find your name, your post is getting in front of their audience, and then they'll share that. And you could make this a regular feature. It's a nice little way to change the story from always being about you and your music. I hope you find that one useful. Content strategy tip number 2. Now this is a really easy one to apply, and you can apply it to your existing posts. It's making them more personal. Now if you already do this, then great. But I see so many posts where musicians and bands are saying, hey all, hey folks, how are you all doing? And as someone reading that, it's just a shout out to everyone. Change that. Just say, hey, how are you doing? How are you today? We want you to know about this. Because the person reading that, that's directed to them. I know it's not completely personal to their name, but it shows just a small little subtle change in the language. Makes a post that originally read as, hey everybody, to, hey you, how are you doing? And that makes a big difference. How are you doing? Try that and just see. Content strategy number 3. Now this really relates to if you aren't putting any new music out for a while and you're really struggling with what to talk about. Now as an artist, as a musician, someone releasing music, I know you get very focused on the most recent thing you've put out, the latest single, and so you naturally always want to talk about that. But if you're in the position where you've developed a bit of a catalogue, you may have put out EPs in the past, different music, don't forget to revisit the old music and share that and tell the story around that song, because remember, people are joining your page or joining your journey at different stages. They may not have been there right from the beginning. They may not realise you already had an album out, even though you've posted it before, and you just may naturally assume, oh, well, you already know all about my previous music. Surely you're following me on my page. So always go back, dip into your back catalogue. You may be able to do this if it's the anniversary of when it was released. You say, hey, we released this song 3 years ago. We were just starting as a band. Look how much we've changed. Look how our hair's grown. Look how our clothes have got better. Whatever it is, you're kind of being a bit retrospective, taking a moment to look back. And again, it's all about your story and how you can let people in rather than they feel they're only there to be sold out. Content strategy number 4. This one is really just about letting people in. I know you feel you have to always talk about you as a performer, you as a musician, so you feel, well, unless I'm doing recording, unless I'm gigging, unless I'm at a photo shoot, unless I'm doing something like that, then people aren't going to be interested. Now, what you have to realise is, unless you're a superstar at the level of U2 and Beyonce, etc., where actually a glimpse of you in the studio is quite a thing, at the level most of you will be operating at, your fans and your followers are going to be more interested to find out more about you. So think about posting about something that might not be directly related to you and your music, something that lets people in to know a little bit more about you. So it could be posting about your favourite book that you're reading at the moment, or another band that you've been listening to. You don't even have to know them and you like their music. Or you went to visit a place and it meant a lot for you and it might inspire you for some future music. So just think about those things that you would normally think, oh, well, I'm not going to speak to my audience about that. Try it. Just try the odd, more personal post that lets people into you beyond the artist that you are. And I'm sure you'll find that you'll get quite a bit of engagement with that. Content strategy tip number 5, and these aren't really in any particular order, but this is the 5th one. Ask a question. Encourage your audience to respond to posts. And you can do this in a number of ways. You can even do this if you are promoting a show or a release. So let's say, for example, you have a gig coming up in 3 weeks' time. And you may start a post, hey, we're really excited about this gig that's coming up. Is anyone else going to any shows at the moment? Playing any gigs? What was the last show you went to? What's your favourite show experience? Now, that was just thinking off the cuff, but what you've done there, you've A, got across the point that you've got a show coming up, so people may read that and go, okay, I'm interested in that. But then you've gone on to actually take the time to say, but are you going to any shows? What was the last show you played if you're a musician? What was the last show you went to as a music fan? What's your favourite thing about a music show? Now, I'm not suggesting you put loads of questions in one post, but people will be inclined to say, oh, I went to see Stereo MCs last night in Glasgow. That was a random one. I don't know where that came from. And then you might then start a conversation thread off the back of that. Oh, I saw Stereo MCs. I still only really know their song Connected. What else have they done? Straight away, you're into a conversation. I hope you found those tips really useful. If you did, then please do like the video, leave a comment, do subscribe to the channel. I know it's very early in the channel's days, but I'm really pleased with some of the engagement having. Hopefully, from small subscribers, we will get to big subscribers, and I can start to do a lot more. I've got loads of ideas for videos. I would love your feedback. So see you soon. Take care and have a great rest of the day.